All right, so let's shift gears here a little bit and talk about some data management practices here that you guys think are important for fleets to adopt that will really help them as far as on this journey of being able to leverage data in their
Hmm.
organization, right? Because that's clearly a trend, right? I mean, organizations are just expecting of their leaders, and fleet management is no different. Um, to be able to leverage data, to be able to know that folks are making good
Hmm.
decisions, that folks are managing things well, that performance is adequate or better, and using data to tell that story to prove that. And certainly the spotlight on fleet has increased now in recent years with some of the EV stuff, and that maybe wasn't there before. So let's talk a little bit about that there. What do you think the key pieces to managing data in a fleet organization are?
Well, I think the biggest piece is you need a plan. You need to know what data you're going to be tracking and why is the biggest thing. You need to have clear objectives that you want to reach with your data. You need to have clear knowledge of who's going to be responsible for the data. You need people that is their responsibility is to be, oh, you're entering the data, you're looking it over, and you're validating the data. You're making sure there's no fat fingering in the data entries.
Yeah, that's a good point. Validation routines, I feel like, are the big people just skip
Hmm.
that, and it hurts a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that, Griffin? I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that to Christie's point, if you know who's responsible for it, then it kind of can become part of their everyday or their every week. But if you don't have that identified and you're trying to only clean up the data once it's 3 years old, I mean, that's tough. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, having someone responsible for it is, extremely helpful. I also think another avenue of it is if you're able to get kind of all of your systems in place to talk to each other and kind of do that automatically, it can help a lot. Having a kind of almost a central repository for all the data, can be extremely helpful and make your life a lot easier instead of having someone sitting there typing in work orders every day.
So,
It kind of reduces that um, chance of, fat fingering, as we
right,
said earlier, and
right,
really making those errors.
okay,
But still, even with an automatic system, you need to have someone sitting there making sure it's working, right? And not, eventually pulling it up 3 years later to take a look to see if, what you got was good. So
right.
I do think you still need to have, active management of it, but make your life easy. Connect your systems together. Most software have APIs that will